Hello everyone. This is Amy with Simply Elizabeth Crafts, and we are on day 3 of our Halloween week, I guess, takeover of Simply Elizabeth Crafts, or you can call it Halloween extravaganza, whichever is fantastic, however you want to do it. Today we are going to be making a treat box, and I'm really excited about that because I love doing like little boxes, little Circes, whatever you want to call it. Circes, by the way, is a Southern term for a gift that you give someone that is unexpected. So I use that word a lot because I love it. I think it is a great, fun word to say. So it's definitely a Southern thing. Real quick before we dive in, I just wanted to remind you of a couple things. Don't forget, let me just zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Don't forget about the fall retreat. The last day to register for that is October the 15th. All the information is in the description of this video, so feel free to click on that. Also, right now, Stampin' Up! Through today only has a 30% off of all kits. This is a great time to get some quick and simple kits that you can take on vacation. You can take and make them while you're waiting at the doctor's office. The wait always seems to be quite long nowadays. So make sure that you get in with that. It is, again, up to 30% off, and it includes all of our online kits, and I love our kits. And then also right now is a joining special. We would love for you to join the Stamping Divas team. Two options in joining. You have option 1, which is $35 to get $125 worth of products. That is a $90 additional value that you are getting for free. Or you can do $189 worth of products for our standard $99 price. And again, that is $90 worth of free products that you get in your kit this month. This is until October the 31st. That is Halloween. So make sure that if you are interested in joining, that now is the time. We would love for you to join the Stamping Divas team. We have a really good time. We have fun events. We do our team meetings. There's swaps. There's creative challenges. There's all kinds of stuff. So we would love for you to get in on that. Okay, so let's dive into our project because that, of course, is the most important thing, right? We today are going to be using just the Fright Night dies as well as the remainder pieces that I have from the workshop kit. So I showed this yesterday on our video, and so today we're just going to use the designer series paper from that. And then I have already cut out all the pieces that we need from this, so I'm just going to set that aside. We have our little treat box, which I love. I'm going to straighten the camera just a sec. There we go. This little treat box holds a Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer. Now, this, if you're going to give out a lot of gifts, this is actually a really good gift to give because they're only $2. So you can get quite a few. You can hand them out to neighbors. You can hand them out to coworkers. Give them to the grocery store clerk or to your wait staff when you go to a restaurant. This is just something that you can give to them. But when you put it into a cute little box, whether it's Halloween or any other thing, you can even do one that just says thank you, anything. This just makes it even better. So let's go ahead and start creating. We are going to use our I just forgot the name of it. Our scoreboard. I forgot the name. I don't know why. We're going to use our scoring board here. And I've put the measurements on here. By the way, there is a blog post, so make sure you go check that out because it will have all of these measurements and the products that we use today for this project. Okay, so we're going to put this in here, and on the 6-inch side, we're going to score at 2, and we're going to score at 4. Okay, and we're going to flip it to the 3, and we're going to score at 1, And we're gonna score at, well, that says 2. And yep, see, I just did it wrong. There we go. That's my problem. We'll be all right with that. The box is going to be covered up, so don't score at 1/2 inch, score at 1. Okay, so it's a 1 and 2. And see, we all make mistakes. All of us do. All right, so now we're going to fold on these score lines. And we're going to score on the proper score lines. All right, then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut up. Let me flip it over here. So how I do it is I cut on each side of our little, what I call hump or mountain, which is that score line. And then we're going to go up on this one and go up there. So you're just cutting on either side of it. And it still keeps your box straight, but it gives you that little bit that you need instead of like notching in pretty wide. Because sometimes when I go in to notch like that, I notch it nice and large. So this just gives you that little bit you need. All right, and then let's do one more. Okay. All right, and now we are going to put our box together, and we're going to literally take it and go up like this. So this is going to go on the inside, and then that's going to go up on it. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive here across, and I'm just going to use my seal just because I think it'll be better, and I don't have much left in this one. And then we're going to pull this here like that. And then that one's going to go on this side. Okay. And then let's do this one. One. And I'm just going to make sure we get it nice and together. Okay, so this is going to come up here like that. And this one's going to come in like that. Okay. Now you've got your little box construction. Again, this is going to be covered up so you won't see my little mess up with the score line. Now, I have cut 2 of the large label dies from the Fright Night. So there's 2 sizes. You have a large, what I call the large, and then you have a smaller one, which is really kind of like a medium size. You're going to cut 2 large ones. Then you're going to cut a piece of paper that's 3 inches this way. And this gives you the exact measurement that you're going to need. And then you're going to take the smaller one and you're going to cut down. So you're going to have about that much left at the bottom. And this will fit directly on the front, giving it the right border. So I already did all that measurement for you. Again, to make it easy for you. One thing I did want to show you, because we won't be using it at all, this piece here fits in so that if you wanted to cut and make a, do like a hole in it so you could run ribbon through or whatever, that's what this piece does for you. Okay, so it kind of makes it like a tag. Okay, so now on this piece, we're going to pull back in our scoreboard because we need to score it. And we're going to score on one side only at 1. And I'm going to flip it over actually and score it that way. So I want this side to be on the inside. That's the side that lays flat on the board when it runs through with the die. All right, now let's fold on these score lines here. And we're going to grab our bone folder and give it a good crease for this one. All right, now what we're gonna do is we are gonna pull out our liquid glue, my favorite thing. We're gonna put some liquid glue on the outside here. Okay, just the one side for now. We're gonna take and put liquid glue here on this, okay? We are then going to attach this piece to the bottom, and you just want to kind of make sure that you get it centered. And the reason we're using liquid glue is so that we have the ability to move it around if needed. Okay, and then we're just going to press on that for just a second, let it get nice and solid attached. Okay, and I think that's pretty good. Now we're going to do the same thing to this. So we're going to put adhesive on here, and then we're going to put it right here on that one. Okay, and then we're going to attach the bottom. I feel like it's easier, at least for me, it's easier to attach the bottom first and then go up, because then you've got the you've got it practically even to where you want it. Now this one I'm going to slide just a touch. There we go. Okay, and then that liquid glue makes it so easy to make sure that you do have it exactly how you want it, and to line it up. Another thing you can do is also look at the bottom, and you can line up your edges with the fold over. Okay, all right, so now we've got that. We're gonna stick our hand sanitizer down in the bottom. Now, if you don't want it to move around a lot, you can put a dimensional right here on the bottom, because with the Bath and Body Works, it has like a little divot in it. So if you put a dimensional there, it will allow that to stay secure in there. Okay. All right. So we're going to stick that down. We're going to set it aside for just a second. We are going to grab all of our pieces, and I just want to show you those before we start really putting them together. So I've cut out, on the first one I did Boo, but on this one we're going to do Eek, because you know, it's always good to do that. So these are all the pieces you're going to cut out. We are going to take our Petunia Pop piece and we're going to flag the ends. So we're just going to go in a little bit up the center, come in from the sides. Okay, and then do it on the other side as well. And my paper is shooting across the desk. Isn't that fun? We'll be finding that later. And then on this piece of Designer Series paper, we're going to do at an angle on both ends. And I'm just taking off a sliver of it. You don't need to do a whole lot on it, okay? Because you do want it to kind of stick off the edges. It's what makes it look cute, you know? Okay, so now we can pull in our box here. We're going to take some liquid glue on this piece, and we're going to attach this to our front. And I'm doing liquid glue so that I can shift it around a little bit. Since it is a box, it makes it a little bit more difficult, I guess. Okay, and then see, that's how with doing just the 3 inches, it allows you to have the nice little border around it. Now we're going to take our spider webs here. We'll take off, I did make these into stickers, so we're going to take off the back, which will take off pretty much all those little insert pieces. And we can take and move that. All right, this one's going to stick off just a little bit. We'll do this one, and this one's going to lay right next to it, which is great about these dies, is they do match together like this. Okay, so we've got that one. Now we're going to take our long piece of Designer Series paper. We're going to put some adhesive on the back, and then we're going to place this right about here, up at an angle. Then we're going to do this one. This one's going to kind of go down like this. Okay. Next, we're going to take our spider, and all these pieces, these little pieces, I put adhesive sheets on the back. So we're going to put this one up like that. And then we've got our sentiment, says Eek, and we're going to attach it like this. Now, one thing I did not do on the sample, but I'm going to do now, is I want to add a little bit of shimmer to that spider. With it being black, let's just make it fun. So we're going to add some shimmer. You could even do it to the sentiment if you wanted to do that as well. That would be fun. And you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and add it to this one. Sometimes when you're creating it the second time around, you get a little idea of adding to it. Okay, I think that looks cute. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to take some of our ribbon, our little shimmer ribbon here. I'm going to tie a pretty large bow just because large bows are fun. And then there we go. All right, and then once we have that, we're going to just trim off the ends. Okay, or maybe not. That one does not want me to do it. We'll go up a little bit more. There we go. And then we'll do this one right here. We are going to attach it. So these are retired, but you can get any kind of clasps or paper clips or whatever you want to do. But I have these in my old stash, so I'm trying to use them up. So we're going to attach this up here, and maybe we're going to attach it right there. Then we're going to take a glue dot, and I'm actually going to put 2 glue dots on it because I want to make sure it stays. And I'm going to stick it right here in between so that it attaches to the Designer Series paper. Okay, now we are going to add our little fun stars. These are foam and they are glittery and they don't get glitter everywhere. So it is part of the actual embellishment, which is great. So we're going to take a big one here. We'll put it over here. Let's take here, right there. I'll do a little one here. And then let's do a little white one right there. And then we're going to do another little white one right here. Okay, there we go. Let me move all of my stuff so that you can see our project. And I'm going to move all my trash over here. Okay, so there is project number 1, or I'm sorry, project for day number 3. And then here are the cards from Monday. We'll lay those out too. And then of course we had all the scrapbook pages yesterday. You can find all the replays over on YouTube, but these videos are uploaded to Facebook and YouTube, so you can check out both areas for them. And then make sure you check out the blog post for each of them. And if you have any questions, let me know. Of course, in the description of each video is information about Simply Elizabeth, and I can't wait to craft with you again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be at 10 a.m. over on Facebook, and it will be live. All right, everyone. Bye.